I think we are good to go. How's it going, everybody? My name is B, and welcome back to Your Altcoins. Today, we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to try something a little bit different because of really important news I have not yet shared with anybody here. We're going to try a live stream version of this because I want to try and find a way to streamline the filming process, streamline this entire thing. Because my wife and I are expecting our firstborn child in the middle of April. So because of that, because of this lovely young girl that we're getting in the middle of April, clearly I'm going to have very little time to be able to sit down and make content consistently. So anything that I can do to make this a lot easier, a lot faster, a lot quicker, I'm going to do that. So here we are on the website. Let's move over to coinmarketcap.com. That's not what I want to do. There it is, coinmarketcap.com. Market cap's up to $507 billion, which is awesome. Super pumped about that. That's $7 billion more than yesterday. $7 million more than, I'm dying. I'm not used to this live streaming thing. So Bitcoin is sitting at about $11,759. It was up almost at $12,000 not so long ago. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What I want to talk about in this video, I want to talk about Bitcoin. I want to talk about how altcoins are crashing in reference to Bitcoin. I'm going to show you plenty of examples of that. And that's what we're going to do in today's episode. Let's look at Bitcoin the past 7 days. Been going up pretty steadily. Got really, really close. We almost video. So I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about in this video. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to start answering your questions, answering your super chats, etc. And that's how this is going to go. This is strictly a test. I do not know if I want to continue to do a live stream version of this presentation or not. We're going to figure that out as we go along. This is just a quick little test. If it doesn't work, I'll just resume to going back to releasing regular, everyday content in a very normal fashion. So Bitcoin is doing good. Overall, even though Bitcoin is doing very well, everything else is not doing as well. And that's the purpose of this video. We're going to talk about altcoins and what's wrong. Bitcoin is up 5% in the past 24 hours, and don't let these numbers fool you. Some things may be up in terms of US dollars, but in terms of Bitcoin, they're not necessarily up. Let's click on the Bitcoin numbers and take a look. Everything, almost everything, in the past 24 hours is down versus Bitcoin. Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin, Cash, Stellar's down 11% today against Bitcoin. IOTA's down 10%. Tron is down 10%. Icon is down 13% today against Bitcoin. Verge is down 15% today against Bitcoin. On and on and on. What are we experiencing here? What is happening? Bitcoin, I mentioned this in yesterday's video. I'm going to mention it again. Bitcoin is vacuuming, is sucking the funds out of other altcoins as it goes on its ascent. This has happened before. This is not the first time this has happened. I've done some research, and this is not the first time this has happened. So whenever Bitcoin goes into a retracement, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin's chart right now. Hit that button, bam, Bitcoin's chart. So Bitcoin has gone through a growth recession thing over and over and over again, right? We're looking at the most massive example of this. It went from the $2,000 all the way up to $20,000 and retraced down to $6,000, and it's going back up again. This has happened before. Watch this. Let's just do this. Boom. Up, down, over and over and over again. Up, down, over and over again. Bitcoin is on. Look at this massive increase from $400 to like $800 and then retraced. And every time this happens, altcoins suffer. Altcoins are affected. And I want to show you just how badly right now altcoins are affected. Watch when I drag this over and show you the other altcoins I'm looking at right now. AppCoin down 12%. Bitcoin Cash down 6%. BCPT down 15%. DGD, that's Digix DAO down 17%. Enigma's down 13%. Gifto's down 12%. Over and over and over. Icon is down 13%. You can go on and on and on. Everything is just being sucked out because of Bitcoin. So, what do we do? What's the goal? What's the plan? How do we do this? You have to be patient. So, what happened previously in history? Bitcoin goes up. Whenever Bitcoin is steady, whenever Bitcoin is chilling, whenever Bitcoin has leveled out and it's kind of fluctuating up and down in its channel, usually people who are investing in Bitcoin to look for profit go, damn it, there's no profit here. Kind of hard to make profit on Bitcoin when it's not doing anything. It's not going down, so the bears can't do anything. It's not going up, so the bulls can't do anything. So what do people do? they look elsewhere because everybody wants to make money. People want to make their profit. So when Bitcoin is leveled out and is chilled, people make profit. Unless unless you have a time like this, let me grab my draw tool, where you have, what was it, $400 billion, $600 billion coming in the market during this time. At that point, people were throwing money left, right, and center at everything. They were throwing money at Bitcoin. They were throwing money at every single altcoin because the whole market went nuts. That's not happening right now. Right now, we're recovering from a previous high. Bitcoin is going up. Right now, Bitcoin's kind of stuck because of all of this resistance. Look at this. Look at this chop in here. Look at all this chop in here. Bitcoin's stuck. It's trying to break out of there. We had stuck in here for a few days, about 3 days stuck in there, and we're now going up. What's going to happen when we hit that 12K range? That's the question. That level right there at 12K, what's going to happen? We're going to find out. Everyone, I got to talk to you guys about something. I mentioned the bear scenario in all these things for multiple reasons. I mentioned the bear scenario for multiple reasons because it can happen. It does happen. It has happened, which means it can happen. Let's take a look, right? Right here, Bitcoin, bear scenario, dropped. It went up and up and up, dropped. Went up and up and up, dropped. Over and over, drop, drops. Drops happen, guys. So what I'm trying to warn you is Bitcoin has had a very nice, pretty steady straight line recovery up from 6K. So here's that 6K range. Give me my tool. Here's that 6K range. It has gone pretty straight up since then, if you think about it. So can Bitcoin go into a retracement from here? Maybe, right? If we just take FIB, and let's say 12K is the high. I was just doing some simple math here. Take the FIB. Let's say 12K is the high. Could you see it drop down to 9K and hit the 50% mark, the 38% mark? Possible. It's absolutely possible. I want you guys to keep that in mind when you're going to invest. Absolutely keep that in mind. That Bitcoin has been going up pretty steadily since its all-time low. Not all-time low, its recent low. It's due to retrace a little bit before it goes higher. Look how hard Bitcoin is pushing the Bollinger Bands right now. See that? These Bollinger Bands dictate price activity and price volatility, right? So we're pushing the upper boundaries of the Bollinger Bands, and Bitcoin and all currencies like to chill in the middle of the Bollinger Bands. On this parabolic run, it pushed right up inside the Bollinger Bands, pushed the Bollinger Bands up, and then came back down. How long are we going to see that before it finally comes back down a little bit? I don't know. But the fact that we are in the upper ranges of the Bollinger Bands shows me that eventually, I'm not sure if it's today, tomorrow, eventually, Bitcoin's going to come back down. So what happens? This is an altcoin channel, right? You guys love altcoins. I love altcoins. It's fantastic. What happens? Where do we go from here? If we look over here on the right, altcoins are down against Bitcoin. The USD amount, the USD valuation may be kind of steady, but their Bitcoin valuation, which they're mostly paired against, is down. When will we see altcoins resume their course to amazingness? When will we resume putting money into a $50 million cap altcoin for that altcoin to go up to the 100 million, 200 million, 500 million, $1 billion market cap? Not until the market completely recovers to the point where everyone's bored with Bitcoin, everyone's kind of tired, and Bitcoin's leveled off, and Bitcoin's kind of done its thing, and it's no longer going crazy. At that point, you might see what we call an altcoin summer. This occurred last summer. For those of you who are old school, you know it occurred last summer, where Bitcoin was kind of doing a whole lot of nothing, kind of meandering about, and then people are like, okay, we can't make profit off this Bitcoin thing, it's meandering, so let's turn our attention to other stuff. And then once some altcoins started to boom, all of a sudden people are like, okay, that altcoin boomed. Where do I put my money now? So they go to a different altcoin. They try to find opportunity. So right now, all the opportunity is in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's worth a fraction of what it once was. Eventually, that's going to shift into altcoins. When is that going to happen? It's a great question. Now, there are some coins performing right now fairly well against Bitcoin. We're going to mention them. Litecoin, obviously. The announcement of LitePay has really helped push Litecoin. So here's Litecoin against the US dollar, right? We were at a $241 Litecoin. That's amazing. And it's still going up and up. It's above the moving averages, we're on the day, yeah. It's above the 8-day, what are they? The 8-day, the 13-day, the 21-day, and the 55-day moving average. Litecoin is above all of those. That's a very bullish signal. Even when you compare it to Bitcoin, It's moving up generally over the past few days. Since December, Litecoin has been steadily kind of moving up, coming down, moving up compared to Bitcoin. So if you want to increase your Bitcoin holdings, a Litecoin investment right now might be a good idea. Might be a great idea. Another coin that is performing very well against Bitcoin is OMISI Go. Take a look at this. Ever since we're on the daily candles, remember, mind you, right around here, beginning of 2018, it has technically been going up since the beginning of 2018, right? I mean, clearly there's some up and down action here. It got up all the way up to here and then came back down, all the way up, came back down. But generally, it is on an uptrend versus Bitcoin. So some coins are uptrending versus Bitcoin. You have to find them. And a great way to do that is to use that previous website. Let's shift Alt-Tab to that website. Again, comparing this drop down right here is valuable to you guys. Do this versus Bitcoin, and you can see Litecoin performing very well against Bitcoin. You can see VeChain over the past 7 days is up 15% against Bitcoin. These are the coins you guys may want to trade right now. People screaming BitConnect in the chat. I love it. BitConnect, great. Chain doing very well against Bitcoin. This is a fantastic tool that you guys may want to use. But as you can see, for the most part, a lot of red. A lot of red. So as I said, for those of you who just joined the live stream, I'm attempting to film this in a live stream method to see how well this works with you guys because, as I mentioned in the beginning of the live stream, I'm expecting my firstborn daughter in the middle of April. And as you guys clearly know, many of you are parents, firstborn kid, first-time parent, I'm going to have no time. So if I can do this daily content in live stream form and still provide value to you guys, then I'm doing my job. And hopefully this will work. That's why this is a test for that. At the end of my little talk about what I want to talk about, I will start reading the chat, responding to super chats first, and then responding to regular chats after that. And we'll have a little conversation for a little bit. I'm going to shoot for like a 35, 40-minute video, something like that. So that's what I think about the current state of Bitcoin and altcoins. It's a tough market. I started trading here, guys, about middle of January, towards the end of January, beginning of February. When did I get my fiat? I think my fiat cleared beginning of February. And I started with $5,000 US, okay? We're going to talk about that. And I'm going to tell you all straight up, I'm down to 80% of my $5,000. I'm down to $1,000 because I've learned so much over the past few days, over the past little while, past few weeks about trading and what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. What I'm not good at is day trading. Day trading when you're looking at the 15-minute charts and the 30-minute charts, and you're supposed to buy down here and sell down here. I don't have the patience and the iron will to hold when things seem to start dipping, and I kept selling at losses, and I kept choosing poor entry points, and I kept getting stop lossed out. So what am I good at? Well, I may not be very good at day trading. I don't have the mentality for it. I don't have the discipline for it. I do not have the knowledge for it. One thing I do want to be good at, and one thing I'm starting to realize I'm very good at, is actually people saying to hold. That's not a good idea when it comes to what I want to try and do. What I want to do from here is actually swing trading. So looking at things on a 4-hour scale and looking at things on a day scale and choosing good entries. I'm going to show you a good example of what I've learned. I'm going to share that knowledge with you guys, and we're going to go from there. So there's a coin I've been looking at. I've mentioned in previous videos called Simple Token. Simple Token is a coin that is trying to build a product to allow other businesses to build coins. It's a protocol. It's a foundational coin similar to Ethereum, etc. Its market cap is under 100 million. And I love that because there's tons of vertical room to grow. So why am I interested in Simple Token? Well, let's take a look at some of the numbers. Here it is, retraced down to 2,500 Satoshis from its all-time high of more than 10,000 Satoshis. That's a 25% valuation. It is 25% of its previous valuation. What I'm interested in. My strategy, polymath. I would love to talk to you guys about polymath after this. What I want to do, this is my simple strategy. I want to start swing trading. I want to start buying at low points and then selling at high points, but not looking at it on a minute-to-minute level or a 5-minute level or a 15-minute level, looking at it from a day-to-day perspective, a week-to-week perspective. My strategy is I'm going to take an investment. I'm going to put it into Cardano. I'm talking about Simple Token. I'm going to put it into Simple Token at this point in time. When that amount doubles, which from this position, you're looking at a doubling size of about 25, right around here, the 5,000 level. If and when this position finally doubles and gets to this point, which is all this resistance right here, which is why I chose this coin, one of the reasons I chose this coin, at that point, I'm going to take out my initial investment, and I'm just going to leave the rest of the coins in that coin. By doing this, this is going to help me. This may help a lot of you who have a lot of the same issues I do. This is going to help me in my stress levels, because at that point, it's free money, kind of. At that point, it's money that has been earned through my investment. It's no longer my initial investment. And if that amount of money goes up or goes down, it won't stress me out. That stress, that stress in my brain is what kept causing me to try to win back the money I was losing and making poorer and poorer decisions. So that's why I want to get in here on Simple Token. Now, why am I choosing that spot specifically? Let's do a little bit of Fibonacci, just a little bit of Fibonacci. Okay, so we're going to take Fib from the swing low point. So I've got this red line here, the swing low point of Simple Token, for example, which is right here. This is the lowest point Simple Token has been on Binance. Take it from the swing low, and we'll drag it to the swing high. Boom. Drag it all the way to the swing high. As you can see, it's amazing how this works. It went down into the golden pocket zone, bounced there, went up over 382, didn't have enough power, dropped there, etc., has dropped all the way past the 786 zone. Now, why am I choosing this zone? What is this line and what is this box? Let me show you something. Computer algorithms are trained to work in the 50% range. Oh, Cardano? I'm very interested in Cardano. I shouldn't be reading the chat right now. I'll read it later, but I am interested in Cardano. Algorithms are trained to trade in certain Fibonacci ways. I'm going to show you an example. So if I take Fib, I go to my highest point, right? This is the highest point. And I drag it down to our first low. Watch what happens here, guys. So it comes down to this first low. Algorithms trigger into buy mode. Switch. Look where it stops. 50% right here. Look at this. I'm going to really zoom in and show you guys this beautiful thing. I'm going to circle it. Look where the high came before it dropped again. 50%. Algorithms bought down here. Pushed it, got up here, sold it. That's not a coincidence. That is computer algorithms that do a grand majority of the trading on these exchanges. That's what they're trained to do. So, using the algorithms, right down here, this green line is an algorithm hotspot. After a retracement from swing high to swing low, it tries to push up. If there's not enough power, it'll come down to this level right here. This negative 236 is an algorithm buying zone. And as you can see, it's really getting close to that right now. I have a buy-in right here. $1,000 US, a buy-in right here, just over this line. That'll give me about, 3,500 simple tokens, I believe. So $1,000 US gives me about 3,500 simple tokens right there. And at that point, I'm just going to hold it until it gets up to, and what does it get up to? This is the beautiful part, guys. Look at this 236 line. It'll swing back up there. It'll test this 236 line. And right around there, I'm going to sell half my investment, take out my original money, and then have fun investing it elsewhere. Now, this isn't the only coin I'm keeping an eye on in this respect. Let's take a look at Cardano. You guys mentioned Cardano in the chat. I love Cardano. It's a fantastic project. Here we are. If you want to get into super fancy stuff, Elliott Wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, retrace. ABC, it's retracing right now. Where's the bottom? Very good question. Let's do our swing low. I've got the dotted line to the swing high using Fib. Right about there. As you can see, it pushed at the 50% line, came back up, went up to 236, didn't beat it, came back down, 50% line, tried to beat it, and came up, and then it's just dying. Now it's just dying. And look, right now, it's in that golden pocket between 618 and 65. It has retraced more than 65% of its previous high. So where would I be interested in keeping an eye on this? Let's try and do what the algorithms do. Let's go swing high to swing low with Fib. Swing high. Excuse me, guys. To swing low with Fib. I just got back from the gym, so I'm all congested from running. Swing high to swing low. As you can see, hit the swing low, went up to the 50%, dropped down from the 50%, busted through the 236, tried to come back up, bounced off the 382, bounce, failed. And look what's approaching. The algo target 236 is approaching. That's what I wanted to do. So Cardano might be a good time to stack your buys right around this line. Maybe just before this line if you want to be absolutely sure. Even starting now, start stacking your buys in there because that is the algo target. The algos love to bounce off of here. If the price reaches here, algos like buy, and it starts to climb from here. So there's a few coins reaching the algo target. That's me very interested. Where did I learn this about algo targets and stuff? Go to YouTube, look at Trade Devil. Trade Devil. Just sit down and watch one of his videos talking about one of your favorite coins. It's about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Sit down and watch, and you will learn stuff like you have no idea. So, my investment strategy is going to be find a low, invest in said coin. When it doubles, withdraw original investment, keep whatever is left in there, keep it in there, let that ride until the end of time, whenever you want to eventually sell. As a hold, take my original investment, find a new coin approaching the low, throw it in, repeat. That's what I'm going to do. It's much less stressful as opposed to looking at 15-minute charts and trying to make like 5% here, 10% here. I lost. I'm not doing that anymore. This is my new strategy. And even if you can't, look at this. I just realized something. Look at this chart. Even if you don't believe in Fibonacci, you would imagine that Cardano should probably drop down to this range here with all this resistance. Boom. Look at all this resistance right here, guys. Look at it. Look at it. Insane resistance right here. So if Cardano gets down to this price, you would imagine it should bounce up from here. Should. That's basically what I wanted to talk to you guys about today in this video. I wanted to talk to you about Bitcoin just sucking the life out of altcoins. I want to talk to you about all these altcoins just down so much, 13%, 40%. Altcoins are on average down 10% each. It's insane. I also wanted to talk to you guys about how I lost, the mistakes I made, how I'm down 80% of my original investment because I am stupid, and what I'm going to do moving forward. And then as I move forward, and if I'm successful, I will show you guys my success, and I will show you what's working and what's not working. Everyone has different things that work for them. Some things work differently for others. For me, day trading, not working. Swing trading and investing, probably going to work. That's what I want to do. So now what I want to do is I want to turn this over to the chat and try to answer your questions. I'll do that for a little bit, and then we will wrap up this live stream. Not a super long live stream. I just wanted to give it a shot, try and do this in a live stream fashion, and see how you guys respond to it. Sorry, in the chat right now. Am I using Bitfinex to trade? I personally use Binance. I would like to use Bitfinex. I believe Bitfinex requires $10,000 of liquidity to use. Remember, I'm not American, I'm Canadian, so I'm allowed to use things like Bitfinex. I'm allowed to get on ICOs. So I cannot use Bitfinex right now. I do not have the $10,000 of liquidity to do so. When I do, oh yeah, I definitely want to use Bitfinex. I'm super, super excited about that. Absolutely pumped about that. Trading doubles more altcoins with Philocone will equip you with everything you need. Philocone is senpai. I'm not sure if he's watching. I'm not sure if he'll ever watch, but Philocone has been my senpai. I have learned so much from him. He is fantastic. I believe I actually have a link in the description of this live stream and of every video with Philocone's information. I'm pretty certain I do. Philocone is awesome. I totally suggest you guys follow him. You can see his name in the chat there. He will teach you so much about technical analysis. It'll make your head spin. But one thing I want you guys to remember when it comes to technical analysis is I want you guys to learn different styles, but eventually pick one and master it and develop your own style. There is a bajillion indicators here, guys. A bajillion. You can do moving averages. You can do on-balance volume. You can do stochastic RSI. You can do regular RSI. You can do Ichimoku Cloud, which is super complicated. There's lots of indicators. However, there is no one golden indicator. There is no one holy grail of indicators. Doesn't exist. There is no perfect indicator. They're all individual tools that will tell you different information. So what I want you guys to do is if you find some indicators you like, whether that is RSI and moving averages, whether that is Bollinger Bands and stock RSI, find indicators that work for you based off of who you're learning from, and use a bunch of them together, 2, 3, 4, before you make your decision. For example, we can see that ADA is dropping along the bottom of this Bollinger Band. You would imagine that eventually it'll bounce off of there. You can see the moving averages on the day candle moving over to a more bearish sign. Maybe not a good time to buy. You can use things like Fibonacci to show you relevant levels of where you might want to buy and where you might want to sell, where you can expect resistances. You can use previous resistances to give you indications of where you might find a good time to buy. Over and over and over, you can find all these different things. And all of them together will bring you confluence, which is a fancy way of saying everything together gives you an idea of when to make decisions and how to make decisions. So that's what I wanted to let you guys know regarding indicators. Next expected Bitcoin price. Guys, let me just do the super simplest of all analysis on Bitcoin on the day, okay? We have discovered our low. We will assume that this is our swing low, okay? This is our swing low. So we're going to assume. Oh, God. Wrong button. I keep wanting to hit V because of Photoshop. to hit a certain tool I want to use. It's be Photoshop. So we say that's a swing low. Now, I'm going to go to log scale so I can see this. Because log scale will help me find the bottom. Now, when it comes to the bottom of this ascent, you can use this point. You could even use this really, really low wick. Turn off auto. There's this really low wick here you might want to count as your quote-unquote bottom. You know what? We're going to do that. We're going to use this super low wick right here as our bottom. That's at $154. That's our bottom. Boom. Our recent bottom, right? It went up, came down, and then from there it's gone up. It's done nothing but go up from there. So we'll use that as our bottom. Red line. Let's get out of log scale. Turn auto back on. There we go. I'm going to maximize this. So much easier to see. Turn off volume. It's just in the way. Turn off volume. Turn off all the indicators. Let's just get right down to the candles. Right down to the candles. There we go. So we have our red line. That's the bottom of our current ascent. We've gone through this massive ascent. We've come down to this. We're assuming that this is our low. Unless it goes from here straight back down again, which I hope to God we don't, guys. All right. And now we're just going to use simple Fibonacci to see what's going on. So Fibonacci extension from the low, which I'll try and hit as hard as I can, dead center, right about there, to our high, right about there, and then back to our low, about there. So Fibonacci, which is the golden ratio, which is found all throughout nature, talking about how universes swirl and all sorts of things. The reason why your forearm is as long as your foot, things like that. Fibonacci, if it retraces, if it extends 100%, if you can call this wave 1 and then wave 2 and then wave 3, 100% is going to be $26,000, $25,000. It should not go to 100%. Fibonacci and Elliott wave states that it usually goes to the 1618 level. The 1618 level is $37,000 US. That is the 1618 level. And sometimes it can go as high as a 2618 level, which would mean a $56,000 Bitcoin. That is using simplest technical analysis. Just Fibonacci. That's it. Now, maybe you want to argue that our starting point wasn't correct. Maybe you want to use one of these other lows as your starting point. You know what? That makes sense. Let's try and use one of these other lows as a starting point, guys. Let's use this one right here, right? This one right here. We'll ignore all this little stuff. We'll use that one right there as our low with the Fib extension. What do we got now? 1618 is still $34,000. 2618 is about $52,000. So depending on where you put your starting point for this uptrend wave, you're going to get slightly different numbers based off a couple $1,000s. But this is where you can expect Bitcoin to go. I absolutely expect a $25,000 Bitcoin long before the end of the year. And I would not be surprised if we see a $34,000 to $35,000 Bitcoin before the end of the year. Just using Fibonacci. And that's all. Nothing fancy. Nothing crazy. Just Fib. So that is answering that question. That's why I expect a $35,000 Bitcoin before the end of the year. That's what I think. Same shit, different day. Absolutely. Bitcoin's going up. Altcoins are draining. Yo, is Simple Token hit my low yet? I want to buy in it. Where are you, Simple Token? OST. 2584. Get down there. You have one job, Simple Token. Get down there. I need you down there so bad. Oh, it's so low. Like, if I go to the 1 hour on the Simple Token that I love, like, it's so close. It's so close down to my buy-in point. That's where I want to buy in. It's okay. Am I live streaming? Yes, this is live. I'm attempting to film this in a live stream fashion. I want to see how this performs. I want to see how this performs going after the live stream because, like I said, I've got a little girl on the way. I know I'm going to be pressed for time, so if I can film this in a live stream way, that would be fantastic. In what altcoin should I invest with like 20 or 30 bucks? So, you got 20 or 30 bucks. You know what's amazing about investing with 20 or 30 bucks? It's going to be nearly impossible for you to pick the correct coin that's going to go super huge to know when to buy something. But getting in with 20 or 30 bucks, you know what it's going to do for you? It's going to give you practice. It's going to give you knowledge. It's going to give you experience in getting skin in the game and learning how to use altcoins and use Bitcoin and do trading. 20 or 30 bucks is not going to give you $1 million. But what it's going to do is give you experience so that when you want to invest more money after that, you're going to kind of have a better idea what to do. Do I really feel like OSC is going to boom soon? I don't care if it's soon. I'm not looking for the, I don't want this to go, 2x tomorrow. I don't care. I'm invested. This is long term. I'm not looking on this on a day-to-day basis. It stresses me out. I want to buy in at this point. I'm going to wait for it to get to the point I wanted to get to, which is right up here. I'm going to take out my initial investment, and I'm going to go from there. Can I look at Icon? Is it dying? All altcoins are dying. Didn't we just talk about that? Look at all this red. Look at all this red. All altcoins are down. Icon is down 10%. HSR is down 11%. GBT is down 13%. Gifto is down 15%. Everything's down. It's not unique to Icon. It's everything. Congrats on the pregnancy. Let's print. Print. I'm not sure what the print means, but yes, we are expecting our little girl in April. I've been to every single ultrasound. I've been to every single doctor's appointment. I have been to every single everything, because when you're self-employed like me, when you're a creative entrepreneur like I am, I work from home, right? I work in my studio here at home, and I have the flexibility to go to every single ultrasound and every single doctor's appointment and every single thing, which has surprised doctors, because usually, the dad's off working or something and the mom has to go by herself. So I'm generally surprising the doctors and nurses when I go with her. So that's really cool. Should we read some more comments before we wrap up here? I agree that we will go to 25, 30K sometime this year, but first I think we're going back to 7.5, 8K. Absolutely possible. There is a bearish scenario, guys, right? Every time we reach a resistance, let's go back to the day scale so we can see this better, and then we're going to maximize it. Every time we reach a resistance, there's a chance that we can go bear. There's a chance that the market's not ready to support this price level, and it goes back down a little bit. Will it go down to 8K? 8K is right here, for those of you who can't see it very well. 8K is right there on that red line. Could it go back down to 8K? Sure, right? That's within the realm of possibility. If we were to drop from right now, today, boom, boom, that would be right in the golden pocket. So it's within the realm of possibility that maybe we reverse here because of all this resistance. We don't beat it, and we reverse down to the golden pocket. That's absolutely possible. Is that the end of the world? No, that's just the natural way stock markets move and cryptocurrencies move. Because remember, cryptocurrencies move like stock markets, but on drugs. They move like stock markets, but super quickly. Where a stock market is absolutely jacked for 10% after a year, you can do 10% in 5 minutes. It's insane. So, my dog's barking at somebody nearby. Thanks, dog. See, this is why live streaming is sometimes a good or bad thing, because I can edit this part out and just wait for my dog to stop barking and then continue filming again. But when you're live streaming, you get the dog barks and the thumbs and eventually baby crying and all that stuff. Can you do this live stream every week is really informative. Actually, what I'm considering is doing this live stream every single day as opposed to filming a piece of content, so long as this works. So long as this works. If this works in terms of the YouTube exposure, all that jazz, SEO, all that jazz, I'm very, very good at that. That's what I do for a living. Then I will continue to do a live stream version of this. If I can't, then I won't. Your channel is my favorite crypto channel in YouTube. When is face reveal? I'm considering doing a face reveal at the 50,000 subscriber range or the 100,000 subscriber range, and then using a face cam in my content, because as you can, I'm not sure if many of you know this is not my first rodeo doing YouTube. I'm very, very practiced in front of a camera. You can probably tell by my delivery here speaking, I'm very, very practiced when it comes to this thing. I have another YouTube channel where I've created more than 1,500 videos. I'm very, very comfortable in this environment. So, will I use a face cam? Potentially. It depends on what you guys like. If you just like staring at the screen and listening to my voice while I do this, then I will continue to do that. If I do a face reveal and I do a couple pieces of content with a face cam and you guys like that, I'll keep doing that. I got free polymath. Okay, polymath is something that's really, really interesting to me. We're going to pull that up. Shift, Control, Tab. Bingo. Polymath. I am super interested in this, guys, from a business perspective. So it's under $1 billion market cap. It's only a 330 million market cap. The only thing that scares me right now is the 24-hour volume is kind of low. Excuse me, but that could be because of where it's located. So it just, where does this burping come from? I'm so sorry, guys. It just came out on the 12th of February. No, 2nd of February. Market cap occurred on the 12th of February. It was an ICO. It's out now. So it's not very high compared to its, starting point. It's only available on KuCoin for the most part. Probably why it's not getting a lot of 24-hour trade volume. But this is what it is. It's KuCoin. Why I'm interested in Polymath. Watch this, guys. You ready for this? Polymath, the securities token platform. Polymath enables trillions of dollars of securities to migrate to the blockchain. So you have multi-million and multi-billion dollar hedge funds and securities funds and all of these things, and they want or potentially want to invest in Bitcoin, but or cryptocurrency in general, but they're afraid. They're afraid of the volatility of the market, and they're afraid of how to get in and where to store their currency, and et cetera, et cetera. Polymath is trying to be the in-between from the big markets and crypto. One interesting aspect, boom, they're going to have their own token, the ST20. I mean, you've got the EC20, which is the Ethereum's token. They want to do the ST20. We are bringing together legal professionals, businesses, and developers to create and refine a standard for security tokens. Polymath's ST20 token standard simplifies the process of creating and investing in security tokens. This is going to be a base level network, very much like Ethereum, that will enable big corporations who want to get on crypto to develop their own crypto. Guys, this is one of those things you throw $1,000 on and then you just let it sit there. This is an investment. I am considering just throwing money into this. I might try and find some more fiat, throw it into this, let it sit. Put it on my ledger. If you saw my Twitter, I got a Ledger Nano S. I'm going to toss this on there if I'm able to and just let it sit. Because anytime it's business to business or you allow big corporations to get involved, that's huge. I own none of this. I am not sponsored by this. I am not paid by these guys. But I am personally very, very interested in this. That's just me. I don't want to buy the coin that wants to try and sell to a consumer yet. I don't think we're anywhere near being able to sell to a consumer yet. I want to buy the coin that's trying to get big business involved. Because we're still super early in crypto. Super early. Everyone who's in this live stream right now, everyone watches this video, we are still super early in crypto. Beyond early. That's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Alt tab. There we go. So we're about to wrap up this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you guys found some value in this video. If you did find some value, share this video with a friend and make sure they get that value as well. If you did find some even more value, if you love this content, you want more, hit that subscribe button. Join us. We're about to crack 50K. We're on the road to 100K. And if you don't want to miss a video, if you don't want to miss a live stream, hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time we go live and every time we make content. Okay? So hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I can barely talk. This has been my first live stream event. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And as always, thank you very much for watching.